Welcome, fans, to another episode of Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. I am Mike Jeffries, and we have a huge episode for you tonight. In fact, the future of Barrie Wrestling itself may be at stake. We have the dastardly Clay Wilson, the human equivalent of tennis elbow, a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth, and the current holder of the Canada Day Cup. And he is taking on Boris Crobos, who, despite what Diamond Jim says, is not related to me, but is a pretty good guy, and he holds the Kempenfest Cup. Now, whoever wins that matchup gets a Barrie Wrestling title shot anytime, any place, under any rules. Can you imagine Clay Wilson with that kind of power? I mean, him becoming a champion would basically be money in the bank. That's why they call it money in the bank. I never got that. Was I the only one? Okay, well, I figured it out now, so bonus points, right? Our main event is also a huge matchup for the Three Pistols Championship as the reigning champ Myung Jae Lee defends his title against the Mr. Everything of Barrie, Gabriel Fuerza. We saw Fuerza last week victorious over Eddie Dennis. You know he's going to be wanting to reclaim his Three Pistols Championship. And we are kicking this off with a tag team title matchup, a battle that stems from the, we'll say, failed wedding ceremony of Kyle and Shiloh as our champs, Triple Dragon, Puff and Pretty Ricky, do battle against Anthony Musso and Grizzly Mack. Fans, this is the 10th episode of Rush Hour. Whether this is your first time with us or you've been here since the beginning, from myself, TCO, and the whole team, thank you so much for your support. It is very appreciated. We love doing this, and we wouldn't be able to do it without all of you. Without any further ado, let's get to the action. Tag titles on the line. This is Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour.
Introducing first, they are the challengers, representing the royal family, led to the ring by your Barrie Wrestling Women's Champion, the Queen Shiloh. They have a combined weight of 550 pounds. The team of Grizzly Mack and Anthony Musso.
Why does she still have her bridal bouquet? Her wedding was a month ago.
She wants to feel pretty? Did they ever actually officially get married? Like, I don't think Brad proclaimed them before Grizzly put him through the pile of presents.
They did not, and let me tell you, Shiloh has been beside herself ever since. You know, she was nasty at the best of times. She is absolutely insufferable at this point.
Their opponents.
You wanted a palate cleanser? Prepare to be cleansed, Mike Jeffries.
Here come the champs.
Longest reigning Barrie Wrestling 400 North Tag Team Champions. They've experienced true love and true heartbreak, and they're stronger because of it. Triple Dragon!
The longest reigning 400 North Tag Team Champions, Triple Dragon, Puff and Pretty Ricky. Puff's got
Look at the reaction of that fan. Puff just made that kid's year. Or senior. Or middle-aged dude, I'm not sure. But he's really happy to see Puff, or she, or they.
Well,
The key is the happiness, Mike Jeffries.
in the ring, Anthony Musso and Grizzly Mack. We were talking about big teams earlier. If there are two wrestlers that can go match size and strength with Puff, Grizzly and Musso might be two of them. Now, Musso, who was the wedding singer last month, has a bit of a bone to pick with Puff and Pretty Ricky for ruining the wedding, and Grizzly Mack is just apparently Shiloh's giant lackey at this point.
I encourage you to go and tell Grizzly Mack that he is anyone's lackey.
I will look him straight eye to nipple and tell him how I feel.
No, you won't.
That's right, he's a bear. If I don't move, he can't see me anyways.
Good luck with that.
That's how that works, right?
Totally.
The crowd fully behind Triple Dragon. Two righteous individuals are Puff and Pretty Ricky. And it's all for that. The 400 North Tag Team Championships. Puff and Pretty Ricky went through a tournament, all kinds of hoops and everything they possibly could to get to those championships, and they have not lost since.
Triple Dragon on an absolutely epic run. And really, like they were the uncrowned People's Champions for a full year before they got the title. And
That's not right. That's not right at all.
I'll take things Mike Jeffries heard on his wedding night for 1,000, Alex.
Sorry, you were saying?
Musso clearly impressing the royal family with his incredible vocal gifts. And, now they get to see what he can do in a wrestling ring.
We got the wedding singer and the Brantford smoocher. Nice leapfrog by Musso.
Musso deceptively fast for a big guy.
Pretty Ricky with the dodge and another dodge, and then drop down from Ricky. His leapfrog. And Musso with the diving somersault. And then a double drop kick. Pretty Ricky and Anthony Musso are at a stalemate. Musso with a head of steam Japanese arm drag by Pretty Ricky. And a deep arm drag.
And that's everyone gets distracted by how much fun Ricky and Puff have, how silly they can be, but these are two tremendous professional wrestlers.
I found this out. I did an interview with Pretty Ricky earlier today. He was a high-level amateur wrestler in high school and university. That's what got him into professional wrestling. He got a scholarship into training because he was so good at the amateur level. And then a smart decision.
Here we go.
Puff and Grizzly Mack. I hope the ring is reinforced tonight.
It's a rare time where Puff may not have a strength advantage against his opponent.
Grizzly with a little bit of a push on Puff.
A deliberately disrespectful push, too.
Puff and Pretty Ricky showing up during the wedding last month. Ricky wearing a wedding dress, as you do.
I do not understand why Grizzly Mack associates with Kyle and Shiloh, because he is an absolute blue chipper. This man is going to dominate Barrie Wrestling for years to come. He just needs to get away from those other two toxic people.
Well, I mean, Kyle and Shiloh are both wearing gold right now. Kyle's not the champion, but he's still wearing the gold. So maybe that's where Grizzly sees just a little bit of help getting him in that first step towards Barrie Wrestling Championship.
But he's such a natural talent, Mike. He doesn't need to do it that way. Look at him.
Well, it's giving him a title shot tonight. Oh, Puff with a back elbow. Grizzly Mack on Dream Street tags in Musso. Puff dodge, Musso coming in, and then a big squash from Puff. All the air out of the wedding singer's lungs. He won't be hitting any notes after that one. Double Irish whip, double hip toss by Triple Dragon.
It's actually a triple hip toss.
I was going to ask. Yeah, that makes sense. The third member is the Dragon. Grizzly caught Ricky coming in. Look at the strength. Grizzly Mack just taunting Puff and planting Pretty Ricky.
Wow.
Grizzly into the cover.
That's what I mean about this young man. He reminds me so much of a young John Greed. He is big, he is mean, he is wise beyond his years. He wrestles like a 10-year pro. He's been in Barrie Wrestling for less than a year, Mike.
Grizzly very impressive, but as you mentioned, he is in with the wrong crowd right now. Musso going up to the top row. Pretty Ricky's in trouble. Musso with a handful of hair and a couple of right hands, stunning Ricky. Taking him down to the mat. Musso perched up on top. Big man's gonna fly! What a diving clothesline by Musso!
And do not underestimate the dark horse. He is an accomplished veteran and came within a heartbeat of becoming a tag team champion here in Barrie Wrestling.
Ricky just barely able to kick out on that one. Musso working on Pretty Ricky. Sitting deep in this chin lock. Brad Myers keeping an eye, making sure he doesn't dip down into the throat. But Musso smartly straddling Ricky and holding him in a position where he has to listen to Shiloh. That's added punishment in and of itself.
And Musso, I get why he wants to be with the royal family. He is exactly the same person as Kyle Boone and Shiloh. They're 3 peas in a pod.
That's the meanest thing you've ever said about somebody.
Yeah, well, call it down the middle, man.
Does that make him the prince of the Harpies?
Yeah, logic works. Yeah.
Shiloh just yanking on Ricky's. They're just a series of cheap shots to the legs on Pretty Ricky as Musso was leaning all of his body weight into Ricky's gut. Shiloh even had to pick up her bouquet after that one. You're right. Why does she have it? She ain't right. Grizzly's got Ricky up. Musso with a boot to the head into a spinning side slam. And Puff into the ring. Brad Myers has to deal with Puff. And again, the double team. Grizzly holding Ricky down as Musso stomps.
See, that's the thing. Grizzly Mack, he was born with that killer instinct.
Well, he's a grizzly bear.
He actually isn't.
Learn something new every day. Musso now climbing the ropes. Big man going to fly again. I did not know Musso had this high-risk offense in him. Distracted by the crowd, though. And a couple of throat shots from Pretty Ricky, collarbone shots. And now Ricky.
Here's that technical prowess of Pretty Ricky that we've been talking about.
Going for a superplex here. Musso, he goes about 260 pounds. What a superplex by Pretty Ricky Willdy. One half a triple dragon.
He's got to get to the ropes, though. He's got to get to his corner.
Ricky rolling the wrong way. He rolled towards Grizzly Mack's corner. He needs to make his way over to Puff. Musso is closer to his corner, but Ricky's moving first.
Puff feeding on the energy of the crowds.
Ricky makes the tag, so does Musso. Both big men into the ring. Puff with a shot to the gut on Grizzly. Series of elbows and forearms to the face. Puff firing on all cylinders. Those knife-edge chops ringing out off the FLCC walls. Oh. And then the high 10 from Puff. Boot to the midsection from Grizzly Mack off the ropes. Puff ducks the lariat. What a side slam by Puff. Grizzly Mack is 340 pounds and Puff just lifted him up and planted him.
We've been watching Grizzly Mack for a while. I've never seen anyone manhandle him like that.
I think Ricky might be going for the rigmarole.
If he hits this, the match is over.
Rigmarole right to the heart. Into the cover. 2. Musso breaks it up.
And look at those closed fist punches.
And now Musso caught by Puff. It's breaking down into a barroom brawl here at the FLCC. Not the first time one of those has happened in Barrie this weekend. Grizzly tossing Puff to the outside. What is Musso?
Hold on.
Shiloh is hitting Musso.
It's like a crowbar.
Oh no. He just clocked Pretty Ricky with it. No! Grizzly's got Puff in the corner. No! No!
We've got new champions.
Here's your winner and new Barrie Wrestling 400 North Tag Team Champions, Grizzly Mack and Anthony Musso.
Diamond Jim, the longest reign in Barrie Wrestling history is over.
Hold on a second, Mike. Hold on.
Wait, Brad Myers, he just saw it. Wait, cut the music. Let's hear this.
I have just been informed by referee Brad Myers that this match must continue.
Brad has reversed the decision. I guess he can't disqualify them because he didn't see it, but he's got enough belief that he's not going to count that pinfall. But Ricky's unconscious.
All Musso has to do is cover Ricky. This match will be over again.
Puff caught Musso.
Oh.
Ripcord clothesline takes out Musso, and Musso took out Grizzly, and then the whip punch.
Puff absolutely furious.
What a back fist!
Wow. Say goodnight, Grizzly. We'll see you in 2024. Uh-oh, I would not want to be Anthony Musso right now. Look at the look on Puff's face.
What a spear! Puff just cut him in half! And Cripple Dragon retains!
Your winners and still Barrie Wrestling 400 North Tag Team Champions, Cripple Dragon!
What an incredible turn of events. Full credit to referee Brad Myers. That would have been a travesty of justice. It would have been shambolic. Pretty Ricky is still unconscious. He might need help.
We need some medical attention for Pretty Ricky. An absolutely vicious attack. Let's take a look at Musso. Cut in half.
Wait a minute.
Kyle Boone, what's he
Boone's in
doing
the
out
ring.
here?
He's got brass knucks.
Look out, Puff! Puff, turn around!
Oh no! The king of Barrie, Kyle Boone, with brass knucks to the back of the head on Puff. What a disgusting act! Somebody get out here! What a royal family. Kyle Boone's still carrying around that championship. You're not the champ, Kyle. And now Shiloh and Grizzly and Musso putting the boots to Puff and Ricky. They need help. Can we get some people out here, please? Some security, somebody?
I'm really concerned for Pretty Ricky right now.
Grizzly, what are you guys doing to Ricky? Shiloh, get out of the ring. What are they? Ricky needs help.
This is so unnecessary. What are they trying to prove by attacking a man who's not?
Oh, and the brass knucks again.
What is wrong with that man? And look at Musso.
We need some help. This is disgusting. You can hold up the belts all you want.
Why does he have the 400 North title?
You're not the world champion. You're not the tag champs, Kyle.
The Barrie and District Christmas Cheer Text to Donate campaign is back, and we at Barrie Wrestling are asking all of you to help support local families in need this Christmas. It is so easy to make a difference. Just text CHEER to 30333 to donate either $10 or $25. Your donation will be added directly to your wireless bill. No hassle, just instant help for families in need. Standard carrier rates may apply. So fans, if you're enjoying this right now, text 30333 to CHEER and help support local families in need this Christmas. And now, back to more Rush Hour action.
Now, Boris also is defending it, so he won a big thing over the summer as well.
That's right, Clay Wilson, winner of the Candidate Cup. Boris Crobos, winner of the Kempenfeld Cup.
It's the Kempenfest Cup.
Whatever.
You say it wrong every time.
So what?
It still matters. So continue, sorry.
Say the proper name, Your Majesty.
So Boris Crobos, he's got a roll up right now. So Boris won the Kempenfest Cup.
Allegedly.
Which gives him a title shot anytime. Clay Wilson won the Candidate Cup, which had no guarantee attached to it, but Clay demanded that it should be of the same prestige as the Kempenfest Cup because Clay Wilson's Clay Wilson. And he basically annoyed promoter Sean Gibson into giving him this matchup where the winner will then have a chance at a Barrie Wrestling title shot, any championship they want, any time for the next year. Crobos with a drop kick into a cover.
Well,
Wilson.
I can't blame Wilson for trying the same strategy that you got your wife to say yes to marrying you, but what the heck is Sean Gibson thinking?
Annoyance is a powerful tool. But Clay Wilson, the self-proclaimed new leader of top-tier talent, I mean, if he's not victorious here, what does that say for him? But if he is, That's a title shot anytime he wants for any title. He could give ATO a tag title shot tonight if he wanted to. And Clay Wilson taunting the Barrie Wrestling crowd into a cover. Crobos kicks out at a count of 2.
John Atlas created top-tier talent. He brought Clay Wilson into the most elite group of athletes in professional wrestling. What kind of an ingrate is Clay Wilson to try to kick his leader to the curb the minute the man gets hurt?
I don't have an answer to that, but what a backbreaker by Clay Wilson, splitting Crobos in half. And then a hard Irish whip by Wilson, sending Crobos in. Clay Wilson calls himself the Pro's Pro. And now, like I said, he's this self-proclaimed new leader of top-tier talent.
But he's up against the Crow's Crow, and C comes after B, and let's go Crobos.
You can never say anything about my puns ever again.
I just really hate Clay Wilson.
That's a very fair. Crobos with a boot. Crobos off the ropes, got caught by Clay Wilson, tilt-a-whirl. What does Clay Wilson have in mind here? Snake eyes on the turnbuckle. Crobos in a lot of trouble, and then Wilson not going for a cover, going for the ground and pound. Raining right hands on Boris Crobos.
Admittedly smart strategy by Wilson. He has a clear strength and experience advantage over Crobos. He needs to punish this young man and finish it quickly because we know that Boris has got the heart of 10 men.
Well, Wilson also has the jerk advantage. Another 2 count. And talked about the veteran there, Wilson forcing Crobos to kick out multiple times. Probably knew he wasn't going to get the pinfall there. Didn't stop him from blaming Brad Myers for it. Wilson with a clubbing forearm shot to the back of Crobos.
I mean, did you see that 6-man match? Like, Wilson might not be wrong.
That's true, and I mean, another backbreaker by Clay Wilson.
God, I feel dirty saying that.
Well, I was about to compliment him. He has a repertoire of backbreakers that I think might be unmatched in the wrestling world. That felt wrong. But you got to give the man credit.
I'm going to go and have a shower. I'll be right back.
Now, Clay Wilson going for a suplex. Crobos blocks it. But Wilson with a forearm shot to the back. Goes for it a second time. Crobos blocks it again. Snap suplex by Boris Crobos.
And as much as we dislike Clay Wilson, the man, he is an accomplished technical wrestler. He's got that perfect wrestler's build. And he's rarely the underdog in matches, but the ultimate underdog, here he goes!
Crobos, the basement dropkick. Wilson, you have to see if he injured that right knee. So got caught up on the top turnbuckle, but able to counter. Crobos holds on, Wilson rolls through. Crobos dodges. Head of steam, diving back elbow by Boris Crobos.
Great strategy by Boris, but he's got to seize the opportunity. Don't worry about impressing the fans.
The straps are coming down! It's crew time!
This place is losing their minds!
Crobos stomping all over Clay Wilson! That's how you put out a garbage fire, you stomp on it!
Wow.
Sorry, I got a little emotional there. Clay Wilson able to kick out at a count of 2. Crobos nearly picking up the victory.
Let's take a look at Crow Time once more.
And then the big
trash compactor.
Thank you.
Listen to this crowd though, Mike.
Crobos going up top, took a bit too long. Wilson forearm to the face. Now fireman's carry from Clay Wilson.
Oh my.
Into a reverse DDT. Crobos kicks out at the last millisecond.
We talked about the heart of this young man. It's going to take everything Clay Wilson has to put Boris Crobos away and win the Canada Kempenfelt Cup?
Kempenfest.
Whatever. Well, pretty sure that's copyrighted. I don't even think we can use that.
Wilson dragging Crobos to his face after getting on another argument with the Barrie Wrestling crowd. Crobos ducks the clothesline, ducks double axe handle. Oh, the Narda-Rooney! Crobos hit it!
Pin him! 1, 2, 3.
Crobos had that one calculated perfectly. spiking Clay Wilson on his head. Let's see it again. The Nerda Rooney, all that impact right on the top of Clay Wilson's jerk head. It's really hard to call a Clay Wilson match without swearing.
The Crow about to take flight. Oh!
Crobos with a rough landing, and then Wilson bringing him into the ring and then dragging him into the center. Boston Crab by Clay Wilson. Crobos a long way from the ropes. Trying to power his way out of it.
His long frame may help him here, Mike.
Wilson not able to fully sit
Inching
down.
closer, and he gets to the ropes.
And Crobos does have that bottom rope. Wilson staring at referee Brad Myers, waiting for the 5 count, and then continues to target the lower back of Boris Crobos. Again drags him in the middle of the ring. Oh, and this time sits deep into like a walls of Jericho. Clay Wilson wins.
Here is your winner, Clay Wilson.
And with that, Clay Wilson now gets a title shot, any Barrie Wrestling Championship, anytime he wants for the next year. I'm sure he will not be insufferable about that.
I detect some sarcasm in your voice.
You think?
Hello, wrestling fans. My name is TCO, and welcome back to another edition of your Barrie Wrestling Rush Hour Event Center. I've got a lot of big news about next week's edition of Rush Hour. However, first, I want to talk to you about Saturday, December the 7th. Barrie Wrestling presents Walking in a Weapon Wonderland. It is our annual Christmas event. It is one of the most fun shows that we put on all year, and it's happening live at the FLCC Arena Saturday, December 7th. Now, the name, Walking in a Weapon Wonderland, we told you it is the return to Barrie Wrestling of Josh Alexander, the walking weapon himself, TNA Wrestling superstar. And it has been announced that Josh Alexander will no longer be taking independent wrestling bookings. So that means that on Saturday, December the 7th, at the FLCC Arena, live in Barrie, Ontario, it is your last chance to see Josh Alexander compete in a Canadian Ontario independent event. It's his last time doing one. It's right here in Barrie. You're not going to want to miss it as he goes one-on-one with Myung Lee. This is going to be an incredibly hard-hitting match. Get your tickets now. It is your last chance to see Josh Alexander compete in a Canadian Ontario independent event. You are not going to want to miss this. So now that I've told you about the great action that you can expect to see Saturday, December 7th at the FLCC Arena, why don't I tell you what you can expect to see right here on Rush Hour next week? Now, as you saw, Von Vertigo was revealed to be Rajan Husher's higher power, turning his back on Van Landen. Well, right here next week on Rush Hour, Van Landen's going to get his chance for revenge as he teams up with Johnny DeLuca, and they're going to take on the team of Von Vertigo and Rajan Husher Vision. Also next week, you're going to see the return of Alexia Nicole as she is going to go one-on-one with Leo Sparrow. And in our huge main event, 6-man tag action, it is a Simcoe County's Wild Rovers match. The Wild Rovers are a fantastic soccer club located up here in the Simcoe region, and it is going to be the team of Puff, Pretty Ricky, and the GOATest of all time, Bobby Orlando, going up against Stratosphere, Anthony Musso, and Isaiah Prince. It is going to be no holds barred action right here on Rush Hour next week. That's all for me this week, folks. My name is TCO. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to take it back down to ringside. Mike Jeffries and Diamond Jim, take it away.
Based on those entrances, Gabriel Fuerza is the crowd favorite, and with all due respect to the champ, and you know what I think about him, Gabriel Fuerza is the favorite to win this match.
Well, he is a former 2-time Three Pistols champion.
Correct.
He's a former Barrie Wrestling heavyweight champion.
×2.
Former 400 North Tag Team champion.
×2.
So he's a double, triple crown winner.
And he was the final king of Barrie at one point, until we had another king. This is such a great environment. Listen to this. The crowd is ready for this match. Probably the most anticipated Three Pistols title match we have had throughout Myung Lee's almost year-long reign.
Absolutely. And referee Brad Myers trying to get Fuerza to stand up so he can do his pre-match checks. Fuerza enjoying the serenade from the crowd. And we are kicking off Golden Glory 6 with what is sure to be a banger. Myung Jae Lee and Fuerza have been in the ring together, but it was in a triple threat match where Myung Jae Lee defeated Reverso and Gabriel Fuerza a couple of months ago. But Jim, as I'm sure you'll remember, Fuerza and Reverso were way more focused on each other than Myung Jae Lee during that matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't take anything away from that other than the fact that Gabriel Fuerza took a lot away from that match.
A good standing switch in the middle of the ring as Myung Jae Lee able to get the side headlock on Fuerza. Fuerza drops Lee down to a knee. Fuerza, the more seasoned veteran of the two. But Myung Jae Lee, he's not a rookie anymore. And as you mentioned, he's been a champ for 364 days. It was last year at Golden Glory 5. He defeated John Atlas to win the Three Pistols Championship.
One of the only men to beat John Atlas in the past 5 years.
And we will see the great one, John Atlas, in our main event tonight. He is one of the 4 competitors in that fatal 4-way match for the vacant Barrie Wrestling Championship. Great takedown by Fuerza, keeping Myung Jae Lee grounded. Looks like maybe going for a surfboard or a bow and arrow lock. But Myung Jae Lee able to counter out of it into a pinning combination there, but only a 2 count. Fuerza able to kick out.
Some real savvy there from Myung Jae Lee. We talk about how smart Gabriel Fuerza is in the ring, how technically savvy he is. Giving a bit of a message to you, Mike.
Fuerza, we're in a church. Now Fuerza with the side headlock on Lee. And then he shoots him off. Fuerza shoulder block, but Myung Jae Lee says no.
Physical similarities to these two are really notable.
There is the veteran savvy of Gabriel Fuerza. He told Myung Jae Lee, all right, you do it. And then he went off the ropes behind him. Myung Jae Lee getting turned around and then getting run over by the man they call El Diablo. The final king of Barrie, showing why he is the one to wear that crown.
Just don't tell Kyle Boone.
Well, speaking of Boone, he is the reason we have a vacant Barrie Wrestling Championship, forced to relinquish the title last month due to an injury. But his other half, the Queen of Barrie, will be up against Taylor Rising for the Women's Championship. So Kylo looking to return some gold to their household. And now in the ring, Fuerza with the drop down in the leapfrog. Myung Jae Lee ducks the clothesline, and then a huge clothesline of his own, a lariat from Myung Jae Lee. Fuerza caught Lee coming in, but great move by Myung Jae Lee, taking Fuerza down. And Lee going in, basement drop kick.
You know, when I was talking about the championship, the heavyweight championship match with the crowd earlier, I called Tarek the best striker in indie wrestling, but Myung Jae Lee is so close to that. You do not want to be on the receiving end of his blows, of his kicks, of his chops. Just a violent young man.
Or that snap suplex, and there a 2 count. Myung Jae Lee showing off the grappling as well. Just take it back a moment. Looked like Myung Jae Lee was going for a 1-foot pin on Gabriel Fuerza. So Fuerza might be getting in Myung Jae Lee's head. We don't usually see that kind of cockiness from Myung Jae Lee, and there a big punt kick to the back from Fuerza. Lee with a snapmare and a kick of his own right between the shoulder blades.
Well, I think the champ's also a bit thrown off by this crowd. He's used to having everyone in the FLCC behind him.
That's a very good point. I don't think we've seen a match where Myung Jae Lee was not the favorite from the crowd. And now a knife-edge chop exchange in the middle of the ring. Fuerza getting the better of it, but a block by Lee into a side headlock. I don't know if we've ever seen Myung Jae Lee end a striking exchange to grapple before, but his strategy changing up. And a nice takedown. Fuerza going for the head scissors. Excellent core strength from the champion to fight that off.
I guarantee Myung Jae Lee has been watching videos of Gabriel Fuerza, especially Fuerza's 2 three-pistol title reigns. It's so many great matches. Myung Jae Lee's a student of the game. I guarantee he's checked them out and he knows what he has to do to maintain his amazing title run.
And you know Fuerza's been scouting Myung Jae Lee, and all of you, if you're watching us on IWTV, you can scout Myung Jae Lee's entire Three Pistols reign, as it is all on our IWTV channel, and a great counter into a takedown by Myung Jae Lee. Continuing to control the head and neck of the challenger, and forcing Fuerza, I was about to say, as a 2 count there, he's forcing Fuerza to lift him off the mat. Fuerza has to keep at least one of his shoulders off the mat, and that is exhausting.
Brilliant strategy from the champ.
Fuerza back to a vertical base, series of left hands to the gut. Myung Jae Lee refuses to release his grip, just wrenching the neck of Gabriel Fuerza. Myung Jae Lee physically dominating Fuerza right now, which I have to be honest, Jim, that catches me a little bit by surprise.
Yep, Fuerza has got a few pounds on him, more muscle mass, but Myung Jae Lee has about an inch height difference on Fuerza, and he's used that leverage to physically dominate the Mr. Everything of Barrie Wrestling.
Well, Fuerza trying to break it by pounding Myung Jae Lee's head off the turnbuckle. An incredible grip by Myung Jae Lee. Fuerza might be regretting growing his hair out right now, as I think it's allowing Myung Jae Lee to get a bit of a better grip on his head. But the crowd very much behind the challenger. On a stomp to the foot by Fuerza. Smart maneuvers. Anything to break this grip.
Myung getting a little frustrated with this crowd.
And there, that time a great counter. So Fuerza went to use the turnbuckle earlier, and Myung Jae Lee turned it into a side headlock takeover. That time Fuerza, as we're going to see, adjusted his footing and hit Myung Jae Lee with a high angle backdrop to finally break Myung Jae Lee's grip. I didn't have a stopwatch out, but that was a good 2 or 3 minutes of holding that side headlock.
Absolutely, and that's just going to completely throw Gabriel Fuerza off. We talk about how he's always outthinking his opponents. He's always a step ahead. But when you've had the blood cut off to your head and you've been in that hold for so long, you can't think straight. And look, we can see the effects right now.
Fuerza's a little bit dizzy, a little discombobulated, and he walked right into that knife-edge chop. And then a forearm shot from Myung Jae Lee, and another one, and a third, and again. Myung Jae Lee, one of the two best strikers on this card. Tarek, part of that fatal four-way championship match at the end of the night. He's up there, and a great enziguri from Myung Jae Lee. Fuerza might be in trouble here. Shotgun missile drop kick. Gabriel Fuerza got turned inside out, and there's the veteran savvy as he rolls to the outside to get a reprieve. Brilliant move by the challenger, as he needs a few seconds to catch his breath after that.
But here's the thing. The champ doesn't need to pin Gabriel Fuerza. The champ doesn't need to submit Gabriel Fuerza. He just needs to beat him.
Well, a tornado kick to the face. Fuerza up over the top, going for the handspring. Into the cutter. Standing shooting star press. We gotta have a new champ right here. Myung Jae Lee just gets the left shoulder up. Fuerza showing this incredible athleticism. Let's check out the replay of that standing shooting star press.
Beautiful. Crowd absolutely shocked that that didn't crown Fuerza a three-time Three Pistols champ.
The crowd shocked. I'm shocked. I thought that was it.
Yeah, but you're shocked at everything.
Every day is a wonder. Fuerza to his feet first. Now he's looking for the Fuerza bomb. If he hits this, it is definitely a new champ. Myung Jae Lee, good job to counter. But clubbing blow to the small of the back, and again. Myung Jae Lee just able to shift his body weight to keep Fuerza from getting him fully up. Ducks the clothesline, drop kick up high right under the chin. And another drop kick, running drop kick in the corner, right on the button. Butterfly suplex from Myung Jae Lee.
Champ's got to stay on him, though. He cannot give Fuerza a chance to get back into this match.
And great counter by Fuerza on the German suplex, flipping out to land on his feet. And then a Mongolian chop to the chest.
I'm not sure Fuerza wants to get into a chopping battle with the Three Pistols champ.
Well, he just ran into a bicycle kick, and then a standing Spanish fly, middle of the ring. The champ kicks out at 2. Fuerza eating that bicycle kick and then catching Myung Jae Lee coming in with an incredible Spanish fly.
We've seen that Spanish fly end so many matches, but somehow the champ kicked out.
The crowd very much into this match. Let's check out a replay of that incredible Spanish fly. We got a little picture-in-picture action going on here. Series of strikes from Fuerza. Once again, looking for the Fuerza bomb. Lee able to counter. Double leg takedown. Jackknife cover. Fuerza able to escape out the back door. Lee ducks the clothesline. Psycho knee from Myung Jae Lee.
Again, a bit of hesitation from Myung.
Little late getting into the cover, and that allowed Fuerza to kick out. Myung Jae Lee was running on emotion earlier in this show, or in this match, but now he's becoming a bit more particular with his movements.
An audible gasp from the crowd.
The knee pad is down. He's going for the knee again. Counter into a power bomb. Fuerza flips him over. Pile driver, spike the champion.
We're going to have a new champ right here, Mike.
And he kicked out. Myung Jae Lee got power bombed out of that running knee attempt, and then
Just a vicious pile driver.
Myung Jae Lee was an inch taller than Gabriel Fuerza. Now they're the same height. But Lee somehow able to kick out. Oh, those chops are ringing out off the walls. You can hear the crowd reacting to each one.
Yeah, but that's a strategic error by Fuerza.
Lee caught a second time. Fuerza might be looking for the Witcher lock. Lee had it scouted, counters out. And a 3 count. Myung Jae Lee retains the Three Pistols Championship. Myung Jae Lee able to survive what has to be his toughest challenge to date in his Three Pistols reign. But Jim, with that win over Gabriel Fuerza, Myung Jae Lee is one step closer to breaking the record for longest Three Pistols reign.
Who will be the one to finally dethrone Myung Jae Lee, or will he break the record for longest Three Pistols reign? Fans, I hope you enjoyed this, the 10th episode of Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. Please come back next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. You gotta catch that Wild Rovers matchup. For TCO and everybody here, I am Mike Jeffries saying thank you, and we'll see you next week.